Hey everyone, it is Saturday, July 8th. The time right now, if I can see my screen, is about 3 p.m. and the temperature is 25 degrees Celsius. And I'm here at the intersection of Oakwood Avenue and St. Clair Avenue West. And for this one, I'll be heading north up Oakwood Avenue. I'll be making my way up to Eglinton Avenue. And then from there, I will walk west through Little Jamaica and find my way over to Eglinton West subway station. And I was just recording a video in this area, as just to the east of here on St. Clair Avenue is the Salsa on St. Clair Festival. And you should be able to find that video on the channel by now. It's a pretty neat looking car. But this area here is known as the Regal Heights Village. But we are walking north through Oakwood Village. And this is not a stretch I have recorded in quite a while. And there's a streetcar loop, as streetcars are not going east of here on St. Clair due to the festival. So they're turning around here, and then I think they're heading west. Although that one is not in service. So the first few blocks here will be mostly residential like this, but it'll pick up and we'll be heading through a retail area.
Yeah?
And Oakwood Village here is bound by St. Clair to the south where I started, and Eglinton to the north, to the west by Dufferin Street, which is over to the left, and by a couple of different residential streets over to the right. I think Winnett Avenue and Arlington Avenue make up the eastern boundary. And the population is around 22,000. And here comes the 63 Ossington bus. And that starts at Eglinton West Station, which will be renamed Cedarvale Station pretty soon. That makes its way down Oakwood. And then it'll head over to Ossington Avenue and make its way all the way down to Liberty Village. But this neighborhood was previously known as Oakwood Vaughan. I think great turning there. I don't think that guy even stopped at the stop sign. It's kind of interesting. I think the average home here is around 1.5 million. And this is the former borough of York. That was amalgamated into the megacity of Toronto back in '98. I call them boroughs, but I think it was officially the former city of York. Neat looking cafe. There's a mattress in front of this building. And this lot has been vacant for as long as I can remember. I wonder if there's anything planned for here. There's those pink flags sticking up. If you know what those are, let me know down in the comments. It's possible this was the home of a gas station or something to that effect. And the land hasn't been environmentally cleared for redevelopment. And at the heart of Oakwood Village is the 5 Points intersection between Oakwood and Vaughan, and that'll be coming up. Right, we'll see if I can remember to edit that sneeze out. And we're about to hit the main retail area. And at the very end of Oakwood here at Eglinton, there's going to be an LRT station. Well, there is one, it's just not operating yet. Charles Brenton Park. I think I started a live stream once about 2 or 3 years ago from here. That looks very familiar. Peter's Variety. This area's got a ungentrified feel to it, which I think is kind of cool. It's not all chain shops. Kind of a similar vibe to Pape Village over in East York.
Say please. And you say sorry to Mama.
It's a very divey looking sports bar. A lot of mom and pop type retailers through here. And to the west of here, the most major street that runs parallel to this is Dufferin. We've got the Oakwood Hardware, Food and Drink. And there's the library. would imagine the foot traffic in this area doesn't get too much busier than this. Moore's Dollarama? Can you do that? Dollarama Plus? Maybe they had that name before the Dollarama chain became a thing. There's a place called the Weed Jar. I wonder what they sell. It's almost got a small town feel to it. And they've got a Shroomies, a mushroom dispensary. Those have popped up everywhere. And this street here is Rogers Road, and I did a video along Rogers Road about 2 years ago. I think I called it the Ungentrified Rogers Road in the title. There's a sandwiches shop, Edmundo Snack and Sports Bar. It's going to be interesting to see if a lot of these buildings eventually end up getting redeveloped. I think when the crosstown opens up, might put some more pressure on this area to intensify a bit. And I thought the 63 bus was relatively frequent, but we haven't seen too many of them. Makes you think it's an animal hospital or a walk-in clinic, but it's a computer repair store. So this stretch of Oakwood between Eglinton to the north and St. Clair, where I started, I think is a little over 2 kilometers. But Oakwood extends south of St. Clair down to Davenport Road. I think that's where the 63 bus heads over to Ossington, and then it just goes straight south all the way down into Liberty Village. There's an old house converted into a pizzeria. The Oakwood Baptist Church. Who is Jesus to you? I'm not going to answer that one on video. All right, in a few blocks, I think we'll be at Vaughan and Oakwood and a 5 Points intersection. That's a really nice looking 4-story. I'm assuming it's a walk-up. Toronto needs a lot more buildings like that in neighborhoods like this. It's often referred to as the missing middle. This is Ashbury Avenue. So I said the heart of the neighborhood was up here at Vaughan and Oakwood, but it's probably actually along that retail stretch behind me that I already walked through. But we're entering that second stretch of retail here. I think I see a 63 bus coming. That sign on that restaurant looks more like a for sale or for lease sign. There's a neat mural. Moonlight Murals Collective. So this is Vaughan Road coming up, which runs diagonally from Bathurst and Vaughan, just south of St. Clair. And it runs northwest up towards Eglinton, but I don't think it quite makes it all the way. And apparently there was a gang here known as the 5 Points Generals at one point. I found a wiki page for them. I'm not sure if they're still operating or not. But this Best Choice place has been here since at least 2017, as have a lot of these businesses. I Google Street Viewed this before. And that Sam's Food Stores over there has also been here for quite a while. And there's a metal palm tree. Let's see if I can zoom in on it. My camera doesn't want to give me the option to zoom. Come on, you piece of junk. There we go. That's a metal palm tree that went in 2010. That is Vaughan Road. And another look at the 5 Points intersection. And I think way back when, this area was originally a streetcar suburb. You can see Vaughan Road has bike lanes. Gas is currently $1.58.9 per liter. I was watching a video on the City Nerd channel that talked about how North American gas prices, at least in the US and Canada, are criminally undertaxed. Someone's having a party over there. There's a lot of buildings like this that could go either way in terms of being residential or commercial. There's a neat mural on the side of that beer store. I was thinking about crossing the street, but there was no break in traffic. There we go. Let's take another quick peek at that mural. beer store parking lot. There's a Montessori school. All right, now we are not too far from Eglinton. I think it's going to be mostly residential till we get there. The City of Toronto has a handful of gorgeous old libraries and fire halls. And at some point, I'm guessing probably in the 50s, things got very pedestrian in terms of their architecture and design. Looks like that used to be a corner store called Snack Time. And I have roughly 21 minutes to get myself onto a TTC vehicle before I have to pay another fare. I took the subway from Eglinton down to St. Clair, and then there was an excruciatingly long wait for a streetcar. I thought I was comfortably going to be able to finish up and get back on within my transfer period. Trying to be efficient, but remember, I think I'm going to get away with that. The TTC always has other ideas. They always try to foil me. Some really interesting older homes here. And we are entering Little Jamaica. That's an unofficial neighborhood name that runs along the stretch of Eglinton we're about to walk, roughly between Dufferin to the left and Eglinton West Station, which is to the right. And there you can see the Oakwood Crosstown LRT station, which, whoop, we almost saw an accident there, which should be open and operating by now, but it is not. In fact, there's no opening date in sight. But Reggae Lane is coming up. That's in an area known for reggae recording going as far back as the 60s. And there's a big mural commemorating the history of the area that was done in 2015. That is over on the other end of Reggae Lane, which we'll be walking by actually in a minute or so. But welcome to Eglinton Avenue West and Little Jamaica. There's the 32 bus. And this is an area that was absolutely decimated by the Crosstown LRT construction. It's good to see the street mostly open. There's Randy's Patties, closed on Sundays. I've heard it's reopened. It was a mainstay of the area, and people were quite shocked last year when it was shut down. And then Drake said he was going to buy it and save it. I don't know if that actually happened. If you know the status of Randy's Patties, let me know down in the comments. It's interesting, I can actually see the other side of the street here. That's been rare for quite a while. There's a really famous spot coming up called Wraps on the right. Smells so good. And here's that commemorative mural. And last year they held a big street festival in this area. And I'm not sure if I'm going to be in town for that. I'm going on a trip for a few weeks pretty soon, but if I'm around, I will come back and cover it. I tried to cover it last year, but I got here right at its scheduled opening time. But it was clear that the festival hadn't really started yet. But in the 70s and 80s, this neighborhood experienced a wave of Caribbean migrants. And that's what sort of resulted in this vibrant community, which was later dubbed Little Jamaica, but much like Little Manila and a few other areas, like Little Ethiopia, it does not have an official designation by the city. If I were smart, I'd hop on one of these buses and it would take me to where I'm going. But I'm not smart, and I won't, and I'll miss them, and then I'll probably have to wait a while for the next wave of buses. I'm going to quickly cross here at Marley. That car's waiting for me. That is not safe. You know what? There's quite a line of traffic. Oh, this bus is jumping the queue. I was going to say, maybe I can outwalk the bus to the station. But I don't think that's going to happen. Those are the buses I want. I need to get to Yonge and Eglinton. That Eglinton West Station coming up will be renamed Cedarvale Station when the Crosstown LRT opens, which I think is kind of silly. People from around Toronto don't really know what Cedarvale is. It refers to the larger neighborhood around the station. Really, they just should have left it as Eglinton West, in my humble opinion. There's an entrance to the Crosstown LRT station. This guy is utilizing the new bike lanes. There's supposed to be bike lanes along all of the Crosstown on Eglinton. But what we've got is kind of a patchwork system of bike lanes going in. I think they were an afterthought despite being a part of the official plan. So they appear in some stretches. At least these ones are curb separated. This is the north end of the Allen Road. And there's people running to get on the bus I want to get on. But I will not be catching that one probably. There's another entrance to Cedarvale over there. But it's good to see this area finally starting to open up. And way off in the distance is Yonge and Eglinton. You have not been able to walk along the side of the street for a long time. That side of the sidewalk was blocked off. All right, so I need to head over to that bus. That 32 bus actually might be waiting for me. If I move my legs faster, of course it's going to pull away. That's the way these things work. Of course. I could have hightailed it. Anywho, I hope you enjoyed this one, walking north up Oakwood Avenue through Oakwood Village up to Little Jamaica on Eglinton Avenue West, and then over here to Eglinton West Station, where I will now have to wait for the next bus. This is where the 63 bus that we walked past will scoop you up. Anywho, I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below. If you wish to support what I do, there's links to Patreon and YouTube channel membership down in the description. It really does make a very positive impact on what I'm able to do. And I have an Instagram account at Johnny Strides, and there is a Threads account at Johnny Strides as well. And a super thanks button appearing below the video if you wish to say thanks that way. Anywho, thank you for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Hopefully I'll remember to edit out that cough earlier in the video. Anywho, thanks for watching. Yoink.